Hey folks, I've been building an extension that gives you some insights into your AI usage when you're building out code, developing scripts and things like that. So let's dive in and see what it actually is. After you've installed the extension, what it will actually do is start looking at your local disk and the normal folders where all of the AI editors store their log files and start looping over them and finding out where your sessions have been, what you've been doing with AI and figuring out what we can get from there. Everything stays locally on disk, so nothing of that leaves your machine. And we just start going through that and figuring out from the default locations, for example, for GitHub Copilot, but also for the Copilot CLI, and going through the log files that are locally, sometimes even a database that is there, depending on which editor that you use. And it will start crawling through that and figuring out what you've been doing with AI on that machine. It will then group up that information so that we can actually give you an overview that we have over here. The first icon is, of course, the GitHub Copilot icon that is running on my machine. But then we see a number where you can see the actual token usage from my sessions on this machine for today. And then after the pipe, we have the overall view for the last 30 days of information we have stored on the machine itself. So with that, if you click on that or hover over that, you will get a flyout. And the flyout gives us some information of how much tokens did we actually use today versus the last 30 days. That's where it started. And then, of course, the fun began when we had that kind of information and we could do even more. So if we click on it, you actually get an overview of everything that we have found on disk, all the log files that were there. And we can do fun things with that. For example, here for the today column, we can show you how much tokens I've actually been using today. And today has been a very high usage day for me, of course, because I already went over 120 million tokens on the different solutions that I have today. We can surface things like you can see here how much sessions that we actually had today. I already had 23 distinct working sessions, so that can be the chat or versus the CLI, for example. How many interactions per session, for example, but also how many tokens per session I've used in here as well. We can zoom that out to the last month, of course, as well. That's always interesting because that gives you the moving target of this is the last 30 days. What have you been using? Because I've seen over time that my usage just is skyrocketing. And we can compare that to the previous month. That is the actual calendar month that was happening. And from there, we can actually start projecting that into the entire year as well, figuring out what we've been doing with AI. We can then scroll down and we can find the information on an editor per editor basis. So here's all the editors that I've been using in the last 30 days on this specific machine. All the stuff that we have found so far, so that we can use that to extrapolate that and get some information. So you can see the different editors that we actually support in here. You can see that we have Claude on this machine, Copilot CLI, Crush has been used, even the Gemini CLI has been added last week. Even support for Mistral Vibe, because that is already available through some patterns that you can find. And we can then leverage that kind of information to figure out across different editors what kind of usage you have been doing with the use of AI tools. Scrolling down, you can then even get the information on the different models that you've been using here. So you can see that I have mostly been using Claude Opus 4.6 over the last 30 days, for example. So depending on how you sort this, of course, I should say. But for today, for example, if I sort that, then I've been using quite a lot of Mistral in a couple of sessions, and Claude Sonnet is my go-to model these days, so I have that in here as well. That is where we started with getting some information on an overall basis, figuring out what you've been doing with the tokens that you have. Of course, that then leads into, I want to see that in the chart and see how that progresses over time. So we have a summary on top here with all the different editors that I've been using, but we also have then the chart that you were looking for views like per token, the models that you've been using, the different editors that you've been using, and even the repositories that you've been running this against. So we can figure out from the local stuff on disk which repos were there, and even cost estimates over those days for those specific tokens as well. We can zoom that out into a week, for example, seeing what I've been doing over the last 6 weeks in here. And you can see that it goes up and down depending on what I'm doing, especially this based on the tokens. But you can also zoom that out across the different months that you have on the system. And you can see here, May is just only 5 days away. So it's only 5 days young, I should say. So we've been using that for just 5 days in May. But you can see the hockey stick that was progressing through February to March and then April for me. So this is already very insightful for how you're actually doing this on this machine. And this is a new machine that only started in November, so I only got some tokens stored on the disk in November as well. From that, we can dive deeper into usage analysis and start looking into your activity. How many sessions have you had for today, last 30 days in the month, but also across which modes. So you can see here that I have quite a lot of sessions where I've been living in the CLI options. These were matching the different options that you have in most of the editors. So agent mode for Copilot CLI is of course a go-to, but I still have quite a lot of sessions where you just ask specific questions and figure out what to do with certain things. From that, we can dive deeper into what you've been doing with looking at code references. Are you actually adding context to the chat conversation? Do you do that on purpose, or is that something that the editor does for you? So we can dive a little bit deeper and we can find out which files, for example, have been referenced the most. It even goes further, and this is a really interesting part, with looking into your multi-model usage. If you look back at the last 30 days, then you can see that 18% of my sessions in the last 30 days have been done with more than one single model. So apparently I switched between different models, and you can see even the bottom one here, the maximum amount of models in a single session was 5 models. So apparently I make some choices when I'm having a conversation with AI that, for example, I used plan mode for heavier, beefier models, and then switch down to something that is easier, less token consuming, and I use that for the actual implementation, for example. And we can then also do that on a Copilot status, where we can even show the different tiers, for example, that are available. So the standard and the premium tier from GitHub Copilot. We have the unknowns for things that I have been running locally or against Mistral, for example, or other providers that were there. And we can get some insights into that as well, including the insight into how I've been using thinking modes, for example. So you can see that I definitely make some distinctions on when I use medium versus high versus not that many use of extra high, for example. But I tend to not use the low mode, for example, for thinking here. And with that, we can even zoom out into which tools are you using, how does that collaborate against repository PRs, for example, look at the customization files on the repository levels for specific workspaces. And if you then have that information, then you can also plot that against what is your environmental impact for those tokens. Of course, based on estimates that we can find online for the different providers, but that of course calculates up, and you can see here how much tokens I've been using in the last 30 days, for example, and what that would do in environmental impact for the CO2, for example, that has been consumed. And CO2 is always weird because that is a number, doesn't really say anything. So I've added some matching data beneath that as well, seeing how fast, how far you can travel, for example, with certain setups, or even how much smartphone charges you can do here. The big eye-opener for me was actually looking into the estimated water consumption of AI models, and then looking at the amount of trees that I actually need to plant to offset the CO2 consumption, for example. So this gives you a little bit more sense and insights what you're actually consuming when you're consuming tokens, because there's definitely compute in a data center somewhere that is being consumed here, and that is the interesting part for what is happening there. And since we have all that information of how people are using those tokens and how much prompt and context engineering they're actually doing, we can then map that into what we've called a fluency score. In here, we can actually plot against 6 different aspects that we have found in the data that are sensible: prompt engineering, context engineering, agentic, and so on. And then we can try to calculate a stage for that, and seeing how far you as a user have grown into those specific aspects, from stage 1 to stage 4 in AI strategies, for example. And we then can give you certain insights into, okay, how have you been using that? You can see for prompt engineering, I'm at stage 4, excellent. I have a lot of interactions. I use ask mode with agent mode. I use the CLI as well. And I actually do multi-turn sessions as well. And you can see that my average exchange is even 4.8 exchanges per session. So my sessions aren't necessarily too long there as well. So you can get a lot of insights from this kind of data, seeing how you're using certain things, including specific callouts where, hey, it might be very nice to actually do more explicit context engineering in your workflow. So if you improve that, then that might help you to get to stage 4 for workflow integration. So you can use this as a learning method as well. We have links back to the documentation and links back to mini videos around certain topics so that you can learn about features that you weren't aware of that those existed. And from there you can actually grow and learn more about what you're trying to do and how you can actually fix these things how you can improve in those kinds of aspects as well, get more value out of the AI. So that was a brief overview of what we've built into the extension. There's of course way more, but that is then up to you to discover by actually using the extension. Install it, it's for free, all of your data stays locally. So learn from that and reach out to me if you have any questions or remarks, or you want to have something improved or add something as a functionality into that as well. It's entirely open source, so you can find the repo with the link that I'll share as well. And hook me up, tell me what you want to see there, because I'd love to learn how you've learned from this tool, what you can do there to improve, and then we can grow together. So thank you so much for being here.